A very good afternoon, Mr. Ho. I'm Jiayin, the Directors of PridePoint, and today I'm going to discuss about the risk management at our bank. So before we continue, here's the agenda of today, the overview of the bank, objective, background, top 3 risks and responses, followed by a summary. So the objective is to identify and evaluate the top 3 risks of our bank. Here's the background of our bank, which is a mid-sized, privately held regional bank. It's created from a merger 1 year ago between 2 banks operating adjacent regions. It consists of 2,700 employees and a total of 1,200 contractors. So our primary business goal is to, firstly, is to increase profitability in anticipation of an initial public offering. The business strategy is to increase non-interest bearing deposits and to reduce operating costs. As a primary goal as the Directors of Technology Operations is to firstly to ensure the abilities of network and system and to reduce downtime of system upon failure. Here's the top 3 business risks that I've identified, which is network penetration, virus infection, and phishing. So here's the risk legend. Red indicated which is critical, orange which is high, yellow of medium, and green of low. So the rating is ranked accordingly, critical of 12 to 16, high of 8 to 9, and a medium of 4 to 6, and low of 1 to 3. Probability consists of very likely of every 3 months, likely of every 6 months, possible that it occurs is at 1 year to 5 years, unlikely is more than 5 years. The impact consists of severe, which is $10 million or more, on operating expenses, revenue loss, and reputational loss. Significant impact varies $5 million to $10 million, and a reputational loss and revenue loss. And moderate impact of $1 to $5 million of major revenue loss. And lastly, minor of $50K to $1 million or minor revenue loss. Next, this is the risk scenario, which is network penetration. A scenario whereby the PridePoint's web interface are being hacked by attackers. Public network is being directed through one-point perimeter security suites and routed to the rightful subnetwork where it's being breached. And servers are being taken down through malware infections and result in denial of service attack, which floods the website and causing it to be out of service, and accessing it will be difficult, resulting in loss of revenue and reputational will be tarnished. Assumption made is that perimeter security suites are not being patched regularly, and advancement of the threats in the real time leads to the discovery of new vulnerabilities. Next is the threat type, where is the malicious denial of service. Actors will be the external hackers. Event where there is an interruption of IT services. Assets where is the hackers. And assets effect will be the interruptions of the operation and information and applications. Time is response to the attacks is critical, definitely, and event duration is being extended, and there is a need for immediate event detection and time lag. So this is the abstract of the risk evaluation, whereby last quarter, whereby the customer experienced average of 237 attacks per month, which is very high, and an increase of 35% compared to the quarter 2017, which is worrying as every 8 attacks per customer per day, which is quite high. Next abstract that evaluation is that 849 out of 1,010 organizations were being hit by denial of service, which is as high as 84%, which is quite worrying. And worse still, 86% of the organization were being hit multiple times, and it also take longer to detect denial of service. So risk evaluation, where the top 3 identified targeted financial service, which is worrying as our department is finance sector. And the top types of denial of service attack, where 50% of the attacks were user datagram protocol. So here is a risk hybrid risk model, where the severity is severe and likelihood of very high. So hence is rated under critical of 12 to 16. So to respond to the risk, there is a need for control and sharing of the risk. So risk response to it will be mitigation, where there is a need for periodical monitoring of denial of service, setting up a program to actually assess the risk, and to ensure that the IT system have backup, and do not just focus on the perimeter defenses. there's a need to work with other banks to share information of threats and solutions, and to restrict users' access and ability to install software on computers' network. So next risk identified is virus infection of ransomware attacks, a scenario whereby PridePoint's IT systems are being hacked by attackers, and virus infection penetrates the IT infrastructure, infecting servers and computers and resulting in business disruption, resulting in loss of revenue and reputation will be tarnished. So assumption made is that the client antivirus software is not being updated regularly and all staff are not being trained in security awareness. So the threat types is that it's a malicious virus infection, the attackers is the external hackers, and events whereby there is disruptions of information and business processes. The assets will be the hackers, and the effects is that there is an interruption business process and destroy informations. So the time needed will be extended definitely, and there's a need for immediate event detections and time lag. So the extract to show that this is the risk on virus infections, whereby there is up to 5 million per month, 5 million in 2017, and this number increases to 11.5 billion. It's so high number, and resulting in primary losses on the company data and reputation. So the risk evaluation of virus infection shows that a company is being hit by ransomware every 40 seconds, and 15% of the business in the top 10 industry have been attacked. So it's very worrying for a company, and this is being identified. Using the hybrid risk model, we have identified the severity of severe and likelihood is being likely that it occur, and hence is under critical of 12 to 16. So to respond to the risk, there is a need for control and sharing of the risk. And to respond to virus infection, there is a need for mitigation to ensure that the system have backups, ensure that the system software go through regular maintenance and updates, and implementing policies being blocked by executive file without authorizations, and do not open any unsolicited executable files, documents, or any spreadsheets, and avoid downloading executable documents as these are often used to spread viruses. And lastly, the risk scenario on phishing, a scenario whereby the hacker spams mails to large amounts of staff and requests for login credential. Malware captures credential for use, and hackers gain unauthorized access to business system, and information is sold to competitors. Assumption made is that the company email has no external filtering for spam, and all staff are not trained in security awareness. So hence, here is the threat type where it's a malicious virus infection. Actors is the external hackers and employees from the PridePoint bank. Event of theft and disclosure of data. Assets where it's the people, the hackers and the employees. And the effects is that it's a sensitive commercial information was being stolen. And the time duration is being extended and is critical for prompt event detection. And there is a need for immediate event detection and time lag. So by the extract from the risk evaluation of phishing, 76% of the organization reported being a victim of the phishing attacks. And phishing attacks were up to 297%, which is so worrying. And here is the risk hybrid risk model, which shows that it's severe and possible. Hence, it is a high rating, high critical of 8 to 9. To respond to the risk, there's need for control and sharing. So to risk respond, there's a need for regular stimulations of the risk attack and advanced endpoint protection, and ensure that there is credential theft protection. So in summary, managing risk plays an important role in enhancing the company's security preparedness. So we have covered the overview, background, primary business goal, business strategy, PridePoint's top 3 risks, which consists of network penetration, virus infection, and phishing. And there's a risk evaluation and response. Thank you. We have come to the end of the presentation.